If you want to run your YouTube channel as a successful business, these 8,000 watch hours should not be your primary focus. At some point, you press record. Then you overcame the fear and resistance to press publish. Why?
What a ding dong. Say this is what happens.
Let's see. Well, does everybody need a YouTube channel? Does everybody need to vlog their stuff? Probably not, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't. If that's something you want to do, I encourage you. I think you should do what you want to do as long as you're not hurting others.
In many ways, because you haven't achieved monetization yet, this is your unfair advantage. I respect your time, so if you're looking for a video that gives you the play-by-play on how to achieve these 8,000 watch hours, this ain't it. Look, I know how crazy that sounds, but I think to run your YouTube channel as a successful business, which ultimately that's what we're trying to do. I mean, we're talking about monetization, right? So, you know, you think business. I think it's more effective rather than focusing on these 8,000 watch hours. I think it will be more constructive to use our time and energy to focus and work towards 3 specific behavior traits. And that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Let's talk business for a sec. At its core, a successful business does 6 things. It finds a gap in the market, identifies a problem, builds a solution, runs ads, it scales, and it exits. The business may have created income, but did it create fulfillment? Did it create freedom? And at what cost? The first is focus. Look, that's no small number. I get it. And it seems unfathomable, unreachable, whatever, you know, like I'm a much smaller creator than a lot of people I've seen talk about this and kind of freaking out. And I get it, right? Like, I have those same feelings. As the saying goes, a focused fool will beat a smart man or an intelligent man or person, you know, whatever. The point is that rather than reacting to these different things that, by the way, will always be changing, they can change more requirements for the YPP if they even want to continue it in the first place. The second is to be patient and be persistent. I saw a video last night. I think it particularly pertains to people right now that are kind of struggling, reaching those 1,000 subscribers and hopefully 4,000 watch hours before the change to the 8,000 watch hours. In the video, he talked about how creators oftentimes go through the dead zone, where you're spending a bunch of time and energy and effort into creating all these videos, into the editing, all of it, right? You're doing your damnedest, if you will. And it seems like you got no views. And I think it's just a matter of time before you get recognized or that you pick a little momentum. And I think it's important to put that effort in now when you don't have another external factor kind of weighing on you. Like right now, if we're freaking out about the 8,000 watch hours, what happens when all of a sudden you do start getting those views and start getting that recognition and so on and so forth? What then? So I think it's important to have and be working towards that, even if there's no payoff, because you're building a library and ideally episodes, seasons, what have you, that people can later on, once they do find you, start binge watching. And I'm telling myself this as well, because the reality is I don't have 1,000 subscribers. I don't have 4,000 watch hours, but I also, let's be honest, I don't think my videos are that good. There's some like some things, but they're not that good. If you could like go and watch past videos and just comment, be nice, please. Just look at how bad they were. But I hope you can kind of see and recognize that there is a little bit of progress. So I want to continue putting in the reps of more videos, creating more, and most importantly, having fun with it along the way. Be patient, be persistent to get past this so-called dead zone. As of August 24th, a new change that's going to be happening is that you're going to have more views. But then that brings up another question. What are the qualified views that qualify for those watch hours? It's just another thing. Stay patient and stay persistent. Kind of along the same lines, but a little different, is resilience. And I was kind of alluding to this with the second one, but I think we have to be frustration tolerant. I think it's important to feel your feelings, but don't let them control you. And keep going and you know, follow your path. Last night, again, came across another channel where she does stationaries. Awesome personality. She's from across the pond. The point I want to make is that she was considering quitting. You know, she's going back and forth. Is it worth it? Something that both her and I connected on. We will not sacrifice our quality time with our children or with our family. It is a juggle trying to do both. I just don't want to focus so much on succeeding on the right thing, on the wrong thing rather, if that makes any sense. Let me know if you can relate to this. A lot of my favorite creators at some point have talked about burnout. They've talked about escaping the very thing they once dreamed of. And to be honest, like the thing that I kind of one day dream of. So in many ways, because you haven't achieved monetization, this is your unfair advantage. These big creators can no longer relate to the individuals going through it now, in our time now, and facing these challenges. Look, I'm not a YouTube guru that can tell you how to achieve this goal. I'm an average guy that knows what it feels like to put way too much work and effort into tiny details that go unnoticed. I'm someone that is going through this with you. So I'm here to boldly claim that 8,000 watch hours do not matter. Hear me out. By now, most have clicked away, and that's okay. Because it leaves you, the one that chose to break out of your comfort zone and press publish, knowingly stepping into a world of awkwardness, discomfort, long nights, and unknown challenges. You said, "Get," and pressed publish. A seemingly insignificant action that happened in an instant. Yet, it was a buildup of anticipation and possibly even years in the making. Others may have encouraged you to press record and to click publish, but they're not bound to the same emotional connection of putting themselves out there. So if the idea is to move away from this external validation, oh, and Dad, no. And in many ways, having already overcome it by being on this platform in the first place, why regress to that? I'm not saying we shouldn't have goals, but you can't focus on 26.2 miles if you can't run 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, etc. Statistically speaking, there are channels that will start today that will be monetized, not even by the end of the year. There are formulaic systems to achieve this, to achieve monetization. There's all these things you can purchase and strategies you can follow, and they work, I guess. To be fair, I haven't implemented them. I don't know. But before you can even answer, are you willing to put the work to achieve this? Or better yet, what are you willing to sacrifice? You need to answer why. Go ahead, create a system, increase click-through rate, increase your retention, and achieve the 8,000 watch hours. Why? Look at me. I'm trying to convince you, hopefully somewhat successfully, that these 8,000 watch hours do not matter. Remember? Stick with me. I can be guilty of hyper-focusing on curating my little fake corner of the world rather than embracing reality and investing time into what really matters. As I've gotten older, I've come to realize that I'm becoming a little bit more of an introvert, or at least I've found that I better recharge in solitude where I can process my thoughts and emotions. Now, as a stay-at-home dad, and because I rarely leave the house, I've started to realize that I'm losing a little bit more of this connection. Our way to try to see the sunset. And as humans, we need connection. We crave it and we thrive on it. But let's get back to business. You have the power to implement a sustainable, repeatable system that mitigates the mistakes we've seen others make. Mistakes and challenges that result from building a business, again, your YouTube channel, from the outside in, aka focusing on external validations like the 8,000 watch hours, rather than the inside out. You already know this. People do business with people they know and people they trust. Better yet, people they have a connection with. If you made it this far, I greatly appreciate you. What I'm attempting to articulate is that if you want the 8,000 watch hours, it shouldn't be your primary focus. as ridiculous as that sounds. I think we're better off being driven by the younger, more enthusiastic versions of ourselves that just wanted to create, wanted to express. The version of ourselves that wants to connect. If you take nothing else from this video, I beg you to take this. As truthfully and as specifically as possible, answer your why. You don't need to justify it to anyone. You don't need to defend it. You don't need to explain it. It is yours, and no one can take that from you. But at the end of the day, this doesn't matter because of this. If by some chance I came across your feed and you clicked on this video, I want to thank you immensely for checking this video out. So allow me to introduce myself, tell you a little bit about who I am, and what this channel is or what I've done, history, so on and so forth. My name is Tony. I'm a new stay-at-home dad, and I'm trying to figure out what that means and me being okay with that role, despite what society says, so to speak. I'm trying to embrace this period in my life and do the best I can within it. Currently, I'm documenting my journey in this role as I try to improve my quality time as a father and as a husband, and doing that all without letting myself go. I think as men, sometimes we, not to paint with a broad brush here, but from what I've seen and friends I've talked to, we put a lot on ourselves, and we don't take care of ourselves enough to be good fathers and to be good husbands. And I think rather than enduring unnecessary pain, I think it's important to work on ourselves. And that's something I want to talk about in the future. How can I work on myself to be better as a father, as a husband, son, brother, so on and so forth. And you know what's funny? I originally started this YouTube channel as an exercise to be comfortable in my own skin. And although that's an ongoing process, I think now more than ever, what I really want to do is build community with like-minded individuals and connect with other creators. And just in general, on the comments, what I would like to do is like almost be like a safe haven. People can share pain, stories, the good, the bad, the ugly, so on and so forth. I think now more than ever, we need connection. We will always need connection. And I want to continue that. And how cool is it that in today's age, you know, it's our community isn't just our neighborhood, for example, or, you know, obviously you can communicate with anybody in the world. And I want to just build something or create a network where people leave better than they came. And in my hopeless, optimistic thinking, I think that could make the world a better place. As cheesy as it sounds, I genuinely believe that. I want to find my people, and I want to help them on their own journeys.